Today we look at Hercules DJ Control Mix Ultra. Let's get into it. What's up, my fearless friend Shayshahn, PhearNone MacPherson, back to you with another Gear and Gadgets, where I like to talk tech, apparel, and gear for DJs, musicians, and artists alike. Today in the studio, I have a deck from Hercules, the DJ Control Mix Ultra. I saw it at NAMM 2025, and it was an impressive looking deck. So today I want to take a look at it and see what features it offers and if it's even worth it. So first, let's unbox it. So now that we got the DJ Control Mix Ultra out of the box, let me just give you an idea who Hercules is pushing this particular deck to. They say created for aspiring DJs, casual hobbyists, and those who want to have a fun, mobile-first DJ experience. The Hercules DJ Control Mix Ultra is a mobile feature-packed DJ controller for DJs of all levels, offering seamless compatibility with both smartphones and tablets, iOS and Android. Whether you're mixing at home, at a party, or on the go, this controller provides the freedom and flexibility to create professional quality mixes wherever you are. Compact and lightweight, the DJ Control Mix Ultra easily fits into any backpack, making it the perfect travel companion for DJs who need to perform anytime, anywhere. Now, I don't know if you're going to perform anytime or anywhere with this deck, because it's not like a festival DJ deck. It has no outs or ins. It has no sound card. So you would have to come up with a workaround to make it a little bit more professional. And I have some ideas for that later. But first, let's get into how we would use this deck. And off top, looking at the deck, it feels really nice. It's, of course, made of plastic. And for $200, I can see why, but it feels good. It has a good weight to it. Things I like about it, everything is spaced out well on the deck. These time faders right here on the side, they feel nice, and they have a click in the middle. The pads are nice, and Hercules usually does nice jog wheels. And the knobs, everything feels good. It feels like you're getting something that's better than $200. I would say. And another feature that sticks out on this deck is that you can replace the battery. A lot of people don't let you go into the deck and replace the battery and start messing around with the inside. And replacing the battery is going to make this deck last a longer time. Another thing I like about this deck is the case. The case it came with, it protects it, but it also acts as a mount for your phone or your tablet. You know, if you wanted to put it up here, I could just throw my phone right here like that. And it's meant to be used wirelessly using Bluetooth, and you see the little Bluetooth going off right now on the deck. It does have a USB-C port that you see here at the top, and that's really the only in or out on the whole deck. That's where you would charge, but you also can control your DJ software from here as well, especially if you're using it on something like a computer. And they don't advertise that you can use this with a MacBook Pro, but you can. You can use it with your laptop. And I tried it on the DJ software on the laptop, and it controls it just fine as long as it's plugged in. The first order of business to me would be connecting it to your phone wirelessly through Bluetooth. So the way we set up Bluetooth is we're going to go to MIDI devices, Bluetooth MIDI devices, and it says it's not connected. So what I want to do is just hit that, and now it's connected. It took me a couple of tries, but now it's connected, and we'll go back out. And now it should control my music. And as you can hear, is coming through the speakers of my iPhone. Now that's cool if I'm trying to set stuff up for myself, you know, or try to set up a set or curate a set. But the first thing I think is I want this to work a little bit bigger, a little bit better if I'm gonna be carrying it around with me, especially if I want to use it as a backup or something like that. And I have a solution that I think might work that I've tried on other decks before. Everything works, and if you look here in the middle, this deck is definitely made for neural mix. And you can do neural mix two different ways. You can use the high, mid, and low equalizer buttons, and they'll switch over to vocals, melody in between, and drums. Or I could take that out, come all the way up with the melody. Or we can take that out and bring in the drums. And all that works fine. Another way to do that is to hit neural mix down here, and now the pads take over. And we'll listen. That's just the drums on one. Now it's the drums and middle instruments. And now the vocals. And then we can come back to our hot cues. And of course, these are your effects. And this is speed. And it really just does the basic things that you need. But since we're not satisfied with that and we want to maybe DJ this for a lounge or a small venue or have it as a backup, we need to try to make this deck a little more pro. And the first way you're going to do that is by giving it more ins and outs. And one way I like to do that when I need ins and outs is this RAdial DI. It's called a USB Pro. I've used it before on other decks, and I want to see how it works out with this Control Mix Ultra. And what's cool about this DI box is that it's 24-bit 96 kilohertz. Now, when you look at other decks that are out that are, you know, sub $500, sub $300, they usually don't have 96 kilohertz out. They might be 24-bit, but they won't have the 96 kilohertz. You might see 24-bit, 48 kilohertz, and we'll take a look at some other decks after. But right now, I want to see if I can get pro sound out of this setup by adding the RAdial USB Pro. So let's try that. And the reason why I like this, first off, is you have XLR out, and you go in by the USB. So right here, I have a wire that's USB B, I believe this is. I think this is USB B, and this is USB C. So we're going to plug that in to where it says USB right here. And then plug that into the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And the first thing it asks me, are you connecting headphones or other device? And what I'm going to choose is other device because I don't want it to act like headphones yet. So now that I have that down, I'm going to go in to audio devices. And you see this Trig Audio UB22. That's usually the USB-C Pro or USB Pro, I'm sorry. So that's the main out. You also want to be able to cue, and you do have cue buttons right here on the Control Mix Ultra. So I want to know if I can do that. And the only way I think I can do that, we're going to get some headphones, and we're going to take this wire right here. It's a 5.3 millimeter or 1/8 inch in, and it has 2 mono out ports. And what I do is, what's cool about this USB Pro by RAdial is that it has a headphone in, so you can monitor. So I'm gonna plug that in and plug my headphones in onto the green side. Then hook up a female XLR to this DI. And let's see what we get here. We're going to go back and you see pre-queuing. It says none. We're going to split the output. Now that we have that split, and I have 2 songs pulled up already. So now it's playing through my headphones. I don't know if you can hear that. I'll put it to the mic. It's playing the deck where the fader is not on. So that's queuing, essentially. And if I play this side, and now I have it coming out my main speakers, but you don't hear the queuing. So essentially, now we have a setup that's 24-bit, 96 kilohertz, and it's a strong, good signal where you have a ground lift, and you can control your levels right here on the USB Pro. So that's my solution to make this deck a little more pro. And it works great with my iPhone Pro Max. Now the thing about this iPad, it's not an M1. It's actually kind of old now. It's an iPad Pro 11-inch, but it's like 2nd generation. Let me check that. Yeah, it's like 2nd generation. It's the generation that came right before they brought out the M1, the first M1 iPad Pro. So we can go to DJ here, and we go through the same process. We go into settings. We go to audio devices, main output. Sometimes I think it gives me problems. So let's see. We go to audio devices, and we see Trig Audio UB22. So that's working. 22. So that's working. Then we go to pre-queuing, and we'll go to split the same way we did on the iPhone. Now let's see if it works for us. Oh, we gotta go to the Bluetooth. MIDI devices. We gotta disconnect from the other. Let's disconnect. And now we can connect here because it popped up on the iPad. So everything is connected the same way it was on the iPhone. The crossfade is moving. I can move around here. But let's see if it's going to work for us. Let me put one of my songs. Yeah, and it's giving me problems playing. Everything else is working. But for some reason, here lately, it hasn't been playing for me. So if you have something older than an M1, it might not work. What I need to do is get my hands on a, it's not even playing here. I need to get my hands on a M1 and up iPad. I believe it will work personally, but let me test that before I say that for sure. And it's a shame because the iPad would be perfect because you can, if you have a case like this case, you can type songs in, it almost use it like a computer. And you can power here and you don't need any type of dongle or anything like that. Now you can use a dongle, but you really don't need it because this deck right here lasts 10 hours. That remains to be seen, but if they're saying it lasts 10 hours and I only need it for like 3, I'm hopeful that I wouldn't need to plug it in. But you could if you wanted to plug it into a wall with a USB-C cord. And one other place it works, just to show you, I'm sending the cord into my computer. We have DJ pulled up. I'll pull this over to a deck. And I'm controlling it right here. And all the neural mix works. So it definitely works with the computer as well. So as you can see, we've upped the ante and made this setup a little bit bigger. So let's get into the pros and cons of this setup here and whether it makes sense or not. I kind of like it because it's Bluetooth, so this isn't connected to anything. I can move over a little bit more, but your actual device is plugged in. So let's get into the price differences and whether this makes sense or not. This is a quick pricing chart that I came up with using the iPhone 15, the iPad Pro M1 with 512 gigs of storage, MacBook Pro M1, and a Reloop Buddy deck. And basically, I put the prices of each product and then added the USB Pro, a dongle for it if it needed it, an Anchor power pack if it needed it, and that's really more so for the iPhone 15. A subscription for a year to DJ, or through algorithm, and we came up with totals here, so you can check that out. The pros I see of the DJ Control Ultra: it's small, it's wireless, its price is relatively low. I like the fact that it has a replaceable battery, and it's actually great for neural mix and stems. The cons would be it has no audio outs. The size can also be a con because it can be considered too small for your hands, or certain people, they just like bigger gear. Because it's cheaper, it's going to be made of plastic, which can be a con. But at $199, you're hard pressed to find a deck that's made out of metal for that price. So that's the Hercules DJ Control Mix Ultra. You guys let me know what you think, if it's worth getting, if there are other decks that are better to get, and if my solution for making it more of a pro deck and giving it audio outs is a solution that you might be happy with. Start off with the beginner entry level, just use the speakers on your device, whether it be your MacBook Pro or your iPad or your iPhone or computer, and then grow by getting a RAdial USB Pro or any type of device where you can send sound out through it at a higher quality. If this is a good solution, or you would go with one of the decks that I mentioned that has everything all in one with a little bit less sound quality, let me know down in the bottom. I also have some music that you guys can check out, so please go check that out. And please like and subscribe. It helps my channel. Like all YouTubers, I'm trying to help the channel grow. So until the next gear and gadgets, Shayshahn, PhearNone MacPherson. Peace.